to the next slide here. Okay, and what to look for in a business opportunity, right? Industries with a big target and low market penetration, right? You don't want to look for, get into like a cell phone business, right? 20 years ago, cell phone business wasn't where it used to be now, right? Now that market is very penetrated. So you want to get into essential goods and services like gas, electricity, water, okay, industries that will thrive in good and bad economy. I'm having a little issue here, slipping my, okay. So, and when I mentioned about four verticals here with huge income opportunities, here they are. Okay, one being Encore Solar. We are partnered with the number one residential installation company nationwide, which is Freedom Forever. We have ADT, Brinks, home security. And when I'm talking about a huge income opportunities, look at going back to solar, it's about six to $10,000 on average per installation. Okay. Just one installation. Think about this. What could one installation do for you guys? Let's say it's $6,000. I know that could pay somebody's mortgage or somebody's rent or somebody's, high bill up there. Okay. Then we talk about ADT breaks. Each commission gives you $500 to $700 a month. Then we have Rain H2O, which is our alkaline water filtration. That's commission $1,000 to $2,100. Okay, and then we have the Smart Money Club, which is one of my favorites here. And we'll talk about it more down the road. And that right there is residual income. It gives you residual income to cover your residual bills. Okay, now let's talk about solar. Why get involved in solar? The size and timing of the opportunity couldn't be right, guys. And once again, I call this a gold mine opportunity. There's 130 million homes in the US. Okay. 90 million are eligible for solar, but only approximately 5 million have gone solar. Okay. So what does that mean? 85 million homes are eligible and currently still without solar. Once again, the opportunity couldn't be better. And why solar for consumers? This is what I consider a win-win situation here. Okay, not only are we able to make money, but we're also able to save up to 50% on energy costs. I have a friend, actually, the first installation that I had, which was when the company first started a year ago. She literally sent me her bill now. She has saved up to 49%, okay, in 1 year from her electricity bill. Okay, so this is why for consumers and zero down with various financing options. And she has blackout protection, okay, using specific batteries. You could get tax credit and receive a 30% now. That's right now, it might go away. So this is the best and biggest opportunity for you to let people know out there that this 30% tax credit might be going away. So if that's what they would like and want, this is the time for them to go solar. And an immediate increase in home value. Okay. And we get clean energy. In 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. I'm not sure what it is now. I believe to last year, I believe it was like every 39 seconds. Okay. Another thing here is you have a legitimate career opportunity. Okay. You could take this part time or full time. 90% of the sales are virtual. My fiance, literally, I would say probably like 99% of his sales are virtual. He's literally making money from the comfort of his home or the comfort of wherever he wants to be, closing deals virtually. Or you could simply refer solo customers and earn up to 50% commission. I tell everyone this, like 50% commission. All you're doing is sending a referral and you get half of possible $10,000. That could be 5,000 just by referring someone. Or you could also become a build mentor, which like my fiance, he closes sales for us, the consultants, and we make 50% commission and he makes 50% commission. And guys, if you don't want to sell solar, you don't have to. You could build a team. I'm big on building a team rather than selling. Why? Because personally, I rather have 100 sales people than 100 installations, because once I stop selling, that income will stop coming. But if I have 100 sales people in my team, I mean, do the math. And our installation company is one of the best in the industry. It has a 25-year production guarantee. Um, it's return loss and savings, and actually guarantees the panels as well. Now, what do you see here, guys? I would love to know, what do you guys see here? You just drop it in the chat. Build. Okay, awesome. So what I see here is an opportunity, a gold mine opportunity. Okay. These homes, a lot of them have no solar. A lot of them probably need water filtration and alkaline water, and a lot of them need to be protected. They need to protect the family with ADTs and breaks. Now, here's a customer's testimonial in California. And again, when I talk about this is a win-win situation, this customer before solar, they used to pay $287 a month. Now, after solar, it was $148 a month. Okay. Let's look at what the commission was, 6,400. So in this case, the mentor, which is the licensed solar professional, closed the deal. He made, or she made, 3,200, and the person that referred the deal made 3,200, him or herself, just by referring the deal. Now, if you want to learn how to close the sales on your own, you'll hear more about that as well. And the president of the company always says here, a solar sales presentation is not a presentation, it's an IQ test. So whether it's solar or anything else, if somebody comes to you and tells you, oh, hey, would you like to pay, cheaper for what you're already paying, why would you say no, right? So here's another testimonial. This customer is from Florida. They used to pay $410 a month. It's a nice size, beautiful home. It looks like they have a pool back there. And after going solar, they paid $290 a month. Okay, now let's see what the commission for that is. $8,200. That's a nice, pretty chunk of change, I would say. So the mentor here made 4,100 and the mentee made 4,100. Once again, if this was you referring this customer, you literally made $4,100 by helping this customer save on their electricity, going from 410 to $290 a month. Now, when we're talking about energy costs over time, this is when we're talking about also wealth, guys. So this is being very lenient. On average, we're talking about, let's say, an annual increase of 6 to 8%. So let's say your customer is paying $150 a month. In 10 years, okay, it's going to be $300 a month. Could we say that we don't pay the same gas price from 10 years ago? We sure don't. So what would it be in 30 years? This customer would pay $1,500 a month. So we're total electricity cost would be $225,000. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change. Now, if they go solar, guys, approximately it would be $54,000. Can you look at how much this client would save if they go solar within those any amount of years? And this is being lenient with 6 to 8%. A lot of these utility companies, that actual increase is way more than 6 to 8%. So this customer would be saving $171,000 in savings. To me, that's a nice little chunk of change. That could be one of your son's daughter's college tuition, something. So lock in your electricity cost, no money down, and possibly receive 30% tax credit. Now, when someone like Warren Buffett calls energy deregulation the largest transfer of wealth in history, you don't ignore that. You get in position, okay? This shift is already happening with or without us. The only question is here, guys, are you ready to be on the receiving end of that wealth? If you're ready to claim your piece of history, drop a fire in the chat. So, this is the end of my presentation, ladies and gentlemen, and who I'm about to introduce is Dr. Arlene Georgia. Okay. She is a mother of three, practicing physician last 26 years. She's a senior medical advisor, a veteran, a powerful entrepreneur, a licensed financial coach, seasoned investor, and within the BYLD network, she is a respected leader and solar mentor who is building a family dynasty. So whenever I hear her speak, she's always full of positivity and poise. Most importantly, she follows the system that our leadership has created without deviating, and it shows. Going back to what I said in the first slide, the network here is to another level. So with you here, Dr. Aline George.
Thank you, Miss Roxy. See, Roxy is extremely humble. She didn't brag on herself, so I'm going to have to brag on her for her. Roxy is a consummate businesswoman with a heart for seeing other women succeed in business. Let me repeat that. With a heart for seeing other women and families succeed in business. She is a seasoned trader and successful trader. And more importantly, she is a woman after God's own heart. So Roxy, thank you for sharing your knowledge, your information, your energy, your time with the folks here online. And I hope they're on here for the reasons that most of us are on here, which is understanding wealth, where Warren Buffett said energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth. I'm here to do the second part, right? Because Roxy laid a solid foundation for us as to what you get with the BYLD business model. The world is moving, and it's moving fast, and it's shifting. And a lot of people are feeling the shifts in the movement. The question is, how are you shifting and moving to be able to keep pace with what's happening in this world? What Warren Buffett did, he put his money where his mouth is, and he invested his own billions of his own money in energy. My mentor has said to me over and over and over again, Gabby, that he's taught me, do not take advice from anyone who you will not switch places with. Would you switch places with Warren Buffett when it comes to his portfolio and his money? then that's someone that we really do need to take advice from. I would switch places with Roxy. Roxy is a successful trader. When it comes to trading, I'm going to learn from Roxy because she's successful, because she is where I want to be. BYLD is where you want to be. It's the high ticket brokerages that Roxy presented to you, whether you want to do solar and build a solar brokerage, whether you want home security, whether you want rain, whether you want travel, whether you want smart money and to be wise about your money, to not only make money, but to also learn how to utilize that money and make that money work for you, whatever it is you came here tonight for. I hope that you move and you shift and you see that this is a movement, right? What do you get here? You get a brokerage. You get a plug and play platform. You could be a solar entrepreneur with a plug and play platform. You could be the expert in rainwater and health, right? With a plug and play platform. You get sales, you get support, you get operations. And all you have to do is focus. Focus on what you want. Because if you don't know why you're doing something, the how to do it is not going to matter. You also get transparency, scalability, and being backed by the top tier suppliers in technology. There's so much that Roxy kind of held back on because she didn't want to overwhelm you. But there's also an opportunity to take part in the advancements of technology and have a technology brokerage, a travel brokerage. What do you want? Why do you want it? When you know that, BYLD has the how. We have the how. We have a turnkey business system that you can use. It comes with your CRM, business ownership. Yeah, ownership. This is not your average business model. We're talking about ownership. We're talking about mentorship. I came from medicine. I knew absolutely nothing about AI. Well, that's kind of not true. I'm a geek. But I knew nothing about marketing, lead generation, a customer relations management. I didn't have to use those. I had people that would do that for me. But I came to this BYLD business model. And because of the mentorship of the leaders that we have here, because they said, you have the leadership skills, but you really need to become a more savvy businesswoman. I learned how to be a more savvy businesswoman. What are you looking for? What kind of compensation are you looking for? There's 7 ways to earn. If you say to me, all I want to do is be a solar rep, I'll tell you right now, the BYLD opportunity will allow you to make anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 to 10,000. My young adults and I'm in business with my young adults. We run lead generation. They book my appointments. I'm the closer and the purse is how they like to say it. I'm the closer and the purse. But guess what? If you say I want to learn how to be a solar rep, we have a system already in place. We closed 4 deals in 3 weeks. That means, I know the word deal sounds kind of cold, but what that really means is that we helped 4 families gain their independence when it comes to energy. That's what it means. It means if the grid goes down, they're still up. It means that they own their electricity versus renting their electricity. We can show you how to help 4 families in 3 weeks because what? We've already done it. And yes, the commissions that Roxy quoted, not only are my young adults the mentees, I am the mentor, which means all of that comes into what I call our family coffers. If you say, I want to be a team leader, right? Right now I have a mini team. I want to be like a JC Rango, like a Wences Navarro, like a Samuel Bean, Kim and Samuel Bean. Massive amount of people that they've helped. That's team building. We can show you how to do that. And then if you say, I want to own, I want to partner, I want that sense of ownership where I own me, I own my income, and nobody has their thumb on me to tell me what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Then that's partnership. And we can show you how to do that as well. And there's 7 ways to earn. If you're looking at strictly personal sales, you're looking at 70% commission on your solar sales, with the average sale install being about 10,000. 70% of that is 7,000. What would $7,000 do? I'm taking my daughter Sarah for her birthday on a vacation to Puerto Rico. By the way, I'm using my own vacation membership to do that with a venti. And I saved a lot of money. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. I saved a lot of money, right? And we'll be going there. And I'll tell you right now, I didn't book the motels. I booked the resort. Okay, I just want to put it to you that way. It's about lifestyle. Whatever lifestyle you want to live. And that's what $7,000 can do it if you want to do it strictly by personal sales. Another way is through mentor, right? What is a mentor? A mentor is someone who shows someone to do something they've already done so that person can do it. Let me say that again. A mentor is someone who shows someone something they've already done so that that person can do it. It's like giving a person a fish versus teaching them how to fish. A mentor teaches you how to fish. And as a result of teaching you how to fish, they actually will also initially earn commissions. So let's talk about mentor sales. That also means you don't have to do lead generation. For those of you who out there who are solar pros or know that you need to go out there and get leads and have been driving that, well, when you become a mentor, the company brings those people to you for you to mentor and show them how to close deals. Closing 4 deals, right? That's 12 with 4 consultants referring to that mentor 3 sales, their first 3 sales. That's 12 sales at $3,500. You're looking at $42,000 in commissions. We have a mentor who did 28 of these in a month. Stop and do the math. Stop and do the math. That's all I say. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Do the math, right? On top of that, being a mentor, right? You also have an opportunity to build a brokerage. Roxy mentioned that, right? Real estate agents have brokerages. Financial services agents have brokerages. Insurance agents have brokerages. The brokerage model works. So you work it, right? If you're, let's say, a consultant, 20% frontline. So let me kind of screech back and kind of break this down for you based on my experience with my family. Not only are my children my appointment setters, my mentees, not only am I their mentor, but I am also their consultant, manager, director, executive director, national director, and all of those things, which means on top of that 70% that comes into our household, there's also 20% for the frontline override. On top of that, there's when you're a manager, that's a 30%. So that's an additional 30% of what was left over coming into our household. I'm excited. If that doesn't excite you to be able to build something like that, you don't have a why. And I'm going to be right in your face with that because I know why I'm doing this. Because my kids could not follow me. I call them kids, they're young adults. But my young adults couldn't follow me in medicine unless they went to 4 years of undergraduate, 4 years of medical school. And for me, it was another 4 years of training after that. So that's 12 years beyond high school that they would have to do to be able to join me in medicine versus graduating from college, walking into a business model like BYLD with their CEO mama, and being able to generate in 3 weeks over $25,000 in commissions. You know what that means? That means they don't have to have MD after their name to make a 6-figure. And it also means that they're going to outperform me. Brokerage overrides work. It builds, I'm telling you that right now, right? Let's look at a manager with 10 consultants in your brokerage. You're looking at 10 consultants with 10, let's say they'll do 1 a month. And this is just solar. This is not RAIN. This is not security, home security. This is not smart money subscriptions. This is not Aventi. This is not Zeta. It's not any of those other brokerages. One brokerage, one line, product line. 10 consultants, 6,300 in overrides, brokerage income. And with one sale yourself, that's $13,000 a month. Tell me, where can you go in the United States or internationally right now where you have this opportunity? When you get the answer, let me know. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. And a director, again, 10 consultants. Let's say they do two, because you're training them and they're growing and they're learning, because that's the beauty of this system and part of what you get with the BYLD business model. You get personal development. It's beyond the value of the money. I am a different person than I was before BYLD. Because when they told me I had to learn to be a businesswoman, they didn't just tell me that. They gave me the tools to be able to do it. They told me what books to read. And they helped me to change that mindset that Roxy mentioned, so that I viewed this from the lens of a businesswoman versus the lens of an employee physician. And in this case, you're looking at $13,800 in overrides, in brokerage income, or $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month should allow you to change your zip code. $20,000 a month should allow you to get out of debt fast if you're in debt. $20,000 a month racked up and invested properly through the Smart Money Club. What would that do? I'm just giving you options and ideas. That's what we have here. Money provides options. The value beyond the money, the personal development, the leadership development, the time with family, those are the options that it provides. And if you're excited right now and you're ready, you're like, I'm jumping out of my skin, I'm ready to get started, I wouldn't even tell you to get started as a consultant, because you can't earn brokerage income from there. I'm saying get started as a builder. And what does get started mean? It means start your own business. It means $199 one time, and then $99 a month, and you get a solar brokerage and all the technology, all the support, the BYLD rewards, the Smart Money Club, and there's so much more. Get back with the person who invited you, and let them know, I'm ready to be a builder. As a matter of fact, for the women in the audience, we also have a Build Her, which is women mentoring women to win. Mrs. Kim Bean is my woman mentoring a woman on how to win. Another benefit, and I keep going to the value beyond the money. My husband died when my kids were 8, 6, and 4. And in this business, with these specific business partners, my young adults get to see functional marriages, functional families, because they didn't get to see the type of relationship their father and I had. So my daughter, Sarah, she gets to be mentored by a woman like Mrs. Bean, helping her to see how a wife functions. And she gets to watch Mr. and Mrs. Bean's relationship and see how a man, a husband, a provider should truly treat his wife and his queen. That to me is priceless. My young men get to be mentored by Mr. Bean. They get to be mentored by a Wences Navarro, who is very soft-spoken, but so strong and so intelligent. And you can see how he adores his wife. A J.C. Rangel, who's just a fireball, right? It's like, I'll bite your ankles off, J.C. Rangel. But when you see him interact with his wife, you see a gentle giant. That's what my young adults get to see. So it's beyond the $199 and $99 a month. There's also the subscriptions. How many of you have subscriptions? Put a one in there if you have some subscriptions, like an Amazon, like a Netflix, like a Hulu, like a Guild. Oh, I have a Guild subscription. Yes, I do. Right? Amazon actually makes more money off of subscriptions than the products that they sell. You have an opportunity with the dual team bonus to be able to do the same thing with subscriptions through subscriptions. All this is opportunity. And for those who are prepared to take advantage of an opportunity to make additional income, we also have the Smart Money Club. And with the Smart Money Club, not only do you get financial mastery, but you also get business mastery. My young adults and I have an appointment tomorrow to look at trusts, to look at restructuring our business so that we are protecting the assets that we're building. All of that comes with the Smart Money Club, right? There's so many opportunities here for making money, for personal growth, for development, for leadership, that you really do need to get back with the person who invited you. And if all you do is say thank you, that would be good. But we are a movement. We are the BYLD movement. We're building our financial legacies. And I hope that you will be able to do that too. We also have the membership with BYLD membership. It's the BYLD Rewards. I'm using a Venti, but we also in my daughter Sarah, yes, she took her grandma, her mom, her grandma, her grandpa, her brother, as well as herself. She didn't pay for me. Go figure. I'm a getter. She didn't pay, but she used this reward process to be able to save. And she used her first set of solar commissions to take them to an all-inclusive resort in Jamaica. 23-year-old. At 23, to be able to do something like that. It's life-changing and life-expanding. That's what BYLD Network is. So you can fall into three categories. When I looked at this, I fell into only one category. Tell me what I need to do. Get me started, because I know why I want to build generational wealth. I know why I want to leave a family legacy. I know why I want to travel the world with my partner and just see the entire world. And when I say partner, I don't have one yet, but there's some candidates in the role. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But what I really want to say is you have to know why you're doing what you're doing, what you want to do, and we can teach you how. So yeah, the A, ready to go. Get back with the person who invited you, get that link and get started, get on board, book your one-on-one, follow the steps. Roxy said that I follow the system. Yes, I follow the system. And I try my best not to deviate and put my own mind in there, because my own mind will take me someplace else. But when I listen to the mind of those who already have what I want, it's going to take me in that direction. So get back to the person who invited you. Or B, you just want to use some of our products. Great, no problem. Or C, you just want to refer. Those are your three categories, A, B, C. Choose one. But either way, come join us on the beaches of the world, as my mentor would say, because we love to travel. And that's all money does, is give you options. I want you to have a great evening. Thank you very much for sharing this time with us. Thank you, Roxy, for sharing your time and your talent. And everyone, have a great evening. Thank you.